It's time for the Making a Difference Player Profile, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. Patrick Beverly, he'll belly up to you. He not only rebounds the ball well, he's probably the leading shot blocker for anybody that small.
He plays a lot bigger than his size, that's for sure, but really good job rebounding the basketball, and that's what we've seen. The stats bear out the eye test. Every time the ball's on loose, he's always around it.
Yeah, quick to the ball, Patrick Beverly. He's aggressive, guys, and when you're aggressive, good things happen.
He'd make a good Marine.
Yes, he would.
All right, more offense in the game. Crawford checks in, and a foul called on Chandler Parsons. Jamal Crawford, he's been with a lot of teams also.
Remember,
a 13-year veteran.
Last time he was in this building, he came off the bench and gave the Rockets 30 in a decisive Clipper win.
Let's go to Bart.
Thanks, Bill. Well, fans can log on to csnhouston.com and click on In-Game Live to enhance the in-game experience on your computer, smartphone, or tablet. Get in-depth stats and join the social buzz. Plus, there's a new interactive feature where your vote will determine tonight's player of the game. It's In-Game Live, only at csnhouston.com. Back to you guys.
Now, sixth man of the year is going to be interesting. Crawford probably the leading contender.
Yeah.
Got J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith.
Everyone else, the conversation's over.
Yep. Parsons missed the shot. Lamar Odom with the rebound to Crawford. Collins flashes through the lane.
Got Delfino on him. He thinks it's a mismatch.
Yeah.
He thinks it's a mismatch, but it's not, because we've seen Delfino play post defense on guys much stronger than him this season.
Collins made a move that maybe Kareem could have gotten away with.
Yeah, I don't think they would have called the foul on Kareem.
And Patrick Beverly is fouled inside. Bledsoe tracing him down, and Hollins gets a foul. Watch this change of speed here.
Hollins is doing a nice job protecting the rim for the Clippers, but not this time. He gets a lot of body. And that's Patrick Beverly doing a good job attacking that rim.
Yeah, did you see Jamal Crawford going to the basket with his back turned? Patrick Beverly just followed him.
Hollins with his second foul of the game in 3 minutes.
He used to be that Clyde, he's like a blocker.
Absolutely, and you get guys who are not aware of what's happening. It's a great screen. Especially when they're big guys. Oh,
run right up their back.
Right down the middle.
Beverly gets both free throws. And the Rockets trail by one. Crawford's going to get up. He's going to try to get up about 15 shots a game. Bledsoe.
Oh, he'll get him up. And when he makes them, look out.
The other night they lost to Dallas. He was having one of his off nights, but he never seems to shoot badly in this building. I remember even when he was with the Knicks, he beat the Rockets with a last-second shot, and he banked it in from about 30 feet. Garcia in the game. Francisco gives it back to Donatus. Has it blocked inside, and Lamar Odom with the loose ball gets it up to Barnes. All the way cross court to Bledsoe, back to Odom. Odom likes that three, but it doesn't like him all the time. Wow. Air ball.
Was there a draft in the building? Lamar, normally a pretty good shooter, not on that attempt. 20% for the year, so that's status quo.
Well, his career average is 31%, so he's way off of that.
Beverly with a miss. Demo tips it to himself. Great job, and the Rockets will get another 24 seconds.
And if you notice the lineup, Demo is the 5 right now. Delfino is the 4.
Extra pass to Garcia in the corner, and Demo with another rebound.
Quick to the ball, Demo.
Now come on and score on this one. Well, they're going to reward him with the basketball as he takes it to the middle now. Demo, nice pass to Parsons, and Odom with a block. That defense always seems to win out.
Yeah, big guys. Clippers are big with Odom and Holland.
Yeah, they go big with their second year. And a whistle away from the ball. Foul called on Beverly.
Andre Jordan checking in. Will the Rockets match up with him?
The Rockets second team
Well, he's not a scorer, so all you got to do is keep him away from the basket. You know, so many of these big guys, you can guard with smaller guys because they don't have a legitimate post game.
Inside for Barnes, and going to be a charge on Jordan. So Modi Yunus has come off the bench, and that's going to be a technical on Jordan, I think.
Either that or delay a game after Jordan.
Okay, that's what it was, delay a game.
Timo in the restricted area and drew a foul. That's interesting.
And not squared up either. I think Jordan might have a beef right there. Now the officials don't look are the feet set. The officials are looking at the shoulders and the hips. Are the shoulders and the hips squared up to him? And that time it didn't look like Demo was.
Delfino misses. Beverly missed the putback. Garcia hanging in the weeds with a steal. Takes it inside and draws a foul. Good hustle by Francisco Garcia. Rockets are hustling hard. They're just not getting rewarded by making any shots.
The Rockets do have 5 offensive rebounds, though, and so getting those extra possessions is going to be huge.
Ooh.
Pretty good defense there by Pat Barnes.
Francisco got bailed out. Little body there. Little body.
Another one of those teams that is expecting to go a long way in the NBA playoffs, and when you look at their roster, they got Barnes with 10 years, 16 for Billups, who's not playing tonight, 11 years for Caron Butler, Crawford 13 years, 17 years Grant Hill, 13 years Lamar Odom. These are veteran teams. San Antonio, Clippers, Rockets are just babies.
Good point, Bill. Experience does win games.
Garcia almost took that away from Crawford. Now it's down to 7 seconds, down to 6. Crawford with a miss. Tried to go one-on-one. Garcia made him pay. Delfino back to Francisco, to Delfino again. He's wide open. Delfino! And the Rockets go back up by 2.
Big shot there. Delfino was hesitant to take that.
Patrick Beverly says, call timeout on your own time. I'm taking the basketball. But Delfino gives the Rockets the lead. The Clippers call a timeout. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Looks like it's Miller time for a lot of Rockets fans.
There's Beard Parsons.
I don't know if I go with that long of a beard on James.
Well, he can't.
I mean, on Chandler.
Not on Chandler.
Chandler would have to not shave for the rest of his life, and he still couldn't grow one. The encouraging thing about the Rockets tonight, fellas, they never led in either of the last 2 games to Indiana and Memphis. So at least the Rockets, with 8:25 left in the second, have the lead tonight. That's encouraging.
Yeah, that's a step forward against the upper echelon team.
Well, we saw the top 2 defensive teams in Indiana and Memphis. Now, the Clippers are still a good defensive team. They're the number 9 defensive team in the league, but not nearly as stifling as the other 2.
Outside to Matt Barnes with a miss. Delfino to the basket, hooks it up, missed it. And Bledsoe drops it off to Matt Barnes, trying to get a step on Parsons, and a foul on Chandler.
Number 2 on Chandler, so he's got to watch it here in the first half. Barnes just takes it straight in, gives him the shoulder, draws the contact. The James Harden move. That's what that is.
I don't think Matt Barnes is that good at it.
No.
But you're right, that's the same. And that's what we're talking about. When you're playing defense, if you have your shoulders and your hips squared up to the offensive man, then you're in better defensive position.
Makes sense.
Now Chandler will leave the game, and Anderson will check back in for Houston. Barnes is one of those guys, when you talk to the other players, they said he's not really great at any one thing, except he will play good defense, and he never likes anybody. I mean, he takes it personal. He's a good guy to have as a teammate, but not as an opponent.
He's a competitor.
Yeah, really.
Similar personality, I think, to Vernon Maxwell.
And Tony.
Love having him on your team, hated playing against him.
Tony Allen, too. We saw him last night. He's not interested in making any friends. Garcia. Got to shoot it. 1 second left on the shot clock. Garcia and Delfino playing pitch and catch. And whoever caught it last was going to get the three. Two excellent three-point shooters. When they have played together this year, they usually get some good looks. Down the baseline. DeAndre Jordan, he walked. He didn't know what to do with it. He got it farther out than he normally does. When Chris Paul is not giving you the ball, you don't get it in the places you normally like to get them in. And Bledsoe is doing the partitioning out of the basketball.
Yeah, it's a different game. But you remember last time they came in this building, Chris Paul was injured. Bledsoe played a phenomenal game for the Clippers.
So you're saying probably be a better starter than coming off the bench.
No, he's just a solid player. He can get it done, is what I'm saying.
Garcia can too.
Beautiful.
Here's a case of a guy that's sat on the bench for the last 5 games, hasn't complained. He's played hard. Now he's got 7 points. And a foul on Beverly. Beverly throws his hands up. But Garcia is one of those typical veterans you love. He's got 7 years in the league.
Well, he's a pro. He knows how to keep himself ready. And when you call his number, he goes out and he produces.
And that's what he does. Garcia is a scorer. When he comes in the game, he knows his role.
So Beverly comes out. Garcia and Delfino are the oldest in time of service. Both have played 7+ seasons in the NBA, and they're it.
Yeah. Garcia went to Louisville, so he's hoping his Cardinals can get it done this year.
I am too, since I have him in the pool. 10-1 run by Houston. I'm not ever taking Kansas again.
You've had enough of that.
How do you blow a 7-point lead?
Well, me and AJ, we both had Kansas winning it all, so we burned our brackets last night.
Done.
About a minute and a half to go. Griffin to Crawford. Griffin now with the open jumper. They're giving him that. And he missed. Somebody touched that lace. I don't know who it was.
The bottom of the net.
There's Lynn. It's picked up on the double team. Garcia now down to Smith. Smith on Jordan. Smith puts it up, missed it. Now Jordan will make you change your shot.
Yeah,
he just did.
So long.
There's that speed by Bledsoe, but he throws it away right in the hands of Anderson. Garcia's already down. Griffin with a foul. And they're talking it over now. They don't know whether that was...
Could be a clear path.
Clear path?
Foul. There was obviously nobody ahead of James.
Well, where you can knock the ball out of his hand, is it really a clear path? We'll see.
I think if he's going into a shooting motion, then it's just a foul on the shot. And so that's what they have to decide is, was he going into a shooting motion or was he still dribbling?
So they are calling a clear path violation. And now they'll look.
My question on the clear path, obviously we want it to be, but how can it be clear path when you knock it out of his hand?
Well, you're just preventing him from getting a look.
Well, he did get ball, but he did also get him on the arm and with the body and push with the left hand.
His argument is he was going up for the shot,
Right.
but he wasn't, and that's what they're looking at. So it's a clear path violation. If he'd been in his shooting motion right there, that would have been okay.
Yep. And I like the officials being able to go to the replay and make sure they're getting it right.
I like that. You know, it keeps the integrity of the game intact.
And the game is so fast that it's really hard for the officials to see those things in real time. So when you give them more opportunities to get it right, that's good for the game.
Absolutely.
And what Griffin's really saying is, you mean
as much as he gets fouled that way,
you're not going to give me that call? You're going to give it to James Anderson? Well, he only got 1 free throw, so it ended up being
and the ball.
a good foul for him. But the Rockets will get the basketball, and Griffin will get his first foul of the game. And a technical foul is called right away on Griffin.
The Rockets are frustrating the Clippers, and when you're frustrated, these are the types of things that happen.
You can't compound one mistake with another one.
Wow.
That's not winning basketball.
That's the one question mark I may have about the Clippers doing well in the playoffs, is their basketball IQ.
Well, he was supposed to throw the ball to the ref. I don't know who he threw it to. 12-1 run now by Houston. Last 3 minutes. Now let's see if he can score on this possession. Ashi back to Garcia. Garcia with a good pass to Omer. Griffin working on him, trying to get it to Anderson. That won't work. Omer with a turnaround. My goodness gracious.
Is that the Omer shake?
Leave that one alone.
Omer shake.
That was the Omer, oh no.
That's what McHale's saying. Chris Paul back in the game. And Jordan puts it up and in. You just see how much crisper the passes are and where the guys get the passes. They got it right down in point-blank range.
Yeah, they're a finely tuned machine, but you know, they're kind of self-destructing a little bit here.
Chris Paul is so good. Well, that's what he's back in there for. And there's a hard foul. And Anderson, Griffin.
Those are the types of plays that the Clippers get themselves back into the game with.
Jeremy Lin outside now. The Rockets need to get a good shot. 42-38, Rockets lead.
On pick and roll, they get nothing out of it. Chris Paul's a good defender on the ball.
Down to 6 seconds on the shot clock. Garcia! Oh, he was 2 steps behind the line. 10 points for Francisco.
Wow, that's big production for him off the bench.
He leads the Rockets in scoring, and he's played only 8 minutes. And illegal defense called on Houston. Timeout on the court, 4:36 left to play in the game. Francisco Garcia adding a spark to the Houston offense. AFC, Francisco Garcia has been hot from everywhere.
Francisco is doing a really nice job off the bench. In fact, Bill, he's trucking right now. Really shooting the ball well. Garcia is 3 for 4 from the field, including 2 for 3 behind the arc. That move right there, fire on the mountain. Good stuff from Francisco, not Jerry Garcia.
Yeah, making a bid for more time as the playoffs approach.
You're tying me up.
Yeah.
I noticed you got a touch of gray, Bill.
These are the most points as a Rocket for Francisco Garcia. He's got 25 as a season high. That was with Sacramento. Well, that was an illegal defense called before that timeout. That's why Paul is shooting the free throw.
Defensive 3 seconds on Omer Ashik.
And yeah, I think Jeremy Lin was playing defense on Chris Paul right before he was getting ready to shoot the free throw.
So the Rockets were unaware of it.
So the referee said, hey, you got to move out the way. No defense on the free throw.
Rockets up by 6 now. Need a couple of stops here in the final 4.5. Chris Paul is isolated with Jeremy Lin. That's not good, but pretty good play there as he missed the shot. Anderson on the drive, left the basketball behind. Chris Paul. This from the outside. Griffin with the easiest rebound he'll get this season. Came right to him. Crawford picked up the dribble. 15 on the shot clock. Chris Paul picked up by Omer, but Omer ran away, and that's what you can't do when you double Chris Paul.
Yeah, you may want to stay with it, because he can shoot it from anywhere on the court.
9 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals for Chris Paul. Down to Anderson now. He'll try to post up Chris Paul, a little bigger player. That doesn't ever seem to bother Chris very much.
No, Chris is very strong down low.
Down the baseline, no place to go. Another throwaway by Houston. And Crawford lays it up and in. That's 10 turnovers by the Rockets already.
When you're short-handed, you can't afford to have that many turnovers. Without the turnovers, they'd have a decisive lead here in the first half.
10-3 run by the Clippers. Garcia hits again.
Jamal Crawford
to leave him open.
Jamal Crawford still can't find Garcia.
Crawford says, I don't get paid for defense.
Oh, it's obvious.
Griffin hits from the outside.
So he's got that mid-range jump shot working this season. What's the next part of his game? His post game, you think?
A good drop step on the low post.
Bledsoe stayed in. He was guarding Lynn, and a whistle away from the ball. And this time Crawford said, hey, I was going to guard him.
He was all over him that time.
And Crawford said, I want to get a foul in before I leave. Timeout, 2:35 left to play. Garcia hits an open three. He's got 13.
Today by reserving your 2013-14 season tickets. Season tickets offer a savings of up to 60% off of individual game tickets, provide you with access to exclusive season ticket holder events like player meet and greets and more. Get your season tickets now and guarantee your playoff seats. You can do that by going to Rockets.com. Bill, back to you.
All right, in that last sequence, Garcia was tackled by Crawford. Now watch the left side as he runs. Jamal Crawford runs and tackles him, then runs off to the bench, and then goes back to talk to the official. And when that happened, he got a technical.
I think Crawford thinks that Garcia hooked him with his left arm and brought him to the floor with him, which is an old veteran move. If you can get away with it, it's a great play.
I think Jamal Crawford was tackling him like J.J. Watt.
Well, J.J. Watt, they just announced some of the troops, the injured Warriors out there, and big J.J. Boy, he's busy, isn't he? He's been all over the place. He's going to throw out the first pitch at the Astros opener tomorrow night.
He's a big guy. Oh, my goodness.
And there he is out on the court saluting the guys that serve us. That was a great moment on the court during the timeout.
A lot of respect.
His career off to a great start. Jeremy Lin misses. Rebound to Griffin to Chris Paul. Paul back to Griffin again. He's been hot. This time he misses, and a loose ball foul is called on the Clippers, on DeAndre Jordan.
I think the Clippers' lack of discipline is really affecting them, and they're not getting the same calls because the officials have had enough of all their harping.
That's a third foul on Jordan. Well, Benny Del Negro's got to step up and say something, doesn't he?
Well, you know, the good coaches always have command of their team. You shouldn't say anything to the officials. Let the coaches do that. That's easier said than done.
And you got guys on the bench down there like Grant Hill.
Both teams are in the penalty. Now Hollins will come in for Jordan. The problem is Hollins has 2 fouls.
Well, they can afford to let him foul out. He's not DeAndre.
Well, he gets one out of 2 for Omer.
Yeah, the Clippers are self-destructed here in the first half. Be interesting to see if they can get it together in the second half.
Well, they self-destructed and they're only down by 4.
The reason is because the Rockets are playing well and they're frustrating the Clippers.
Willie Green takes it in, and a charge is called on Willie Green. Great positioning by Carlos Delfino.
And Delfino was just standing there having a sandwich waiting on Willie Green.
Yeah.
That's a definition of a charge right there.
Yeah, he was there. He was set outside of the semicircle.
Another opportunity for the Rockets to add to the lead. Delfino gets the step. Omer goes back to Smith and is stripped again. I tell you, that Chris Paul's everywhere. Willie Green down the baseline. Gets it out to Caron Butler, and he's called for traveling.
Almost like the officials have a vendetta against the Clippers right now.
Well, they're just making a lot of mistakes.
And they're not letting any of them go.
You got to say, I apologize. At halftime, you're going to say, I'm sorry. Jeremy Lin hooks it up and in.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a player go up to an official and say, I'm sorry.
Not going to happen.
Griffin. Chris Paul now, he usually tries to answer after something tough happens to his team. Takes it through the lane, sets up Willie Green. Back in the corner, good pickup by Delfino. 1 second left, they're not going to get it off in time. 24-second defense by Houston.
Caron Butler was not aware of the shot clock.
1:08 left to play. Both teams in the penalty as we head down the final moments of this first half. Mayer steps out, double team on Jeremy. Inside to Smith. I don't know, but he didn't know where he was, I guess, underneath the basket. And Paul takes it in with a physical move.
That was just a real sweet move. And Jeremy needs a lot of help when Chris makes that move.
Everybody in the league does.
I agree, Bill. He's a shot blocker down.
He really, I get the feeling sometimes when I watch him play that he's just better than everybody else. Jeremy. And a whistle and a foul is called. And Hollins is called for his third foul of the game.
As Jeremy takes it in, Hollins is trying to block the shot, and that's, I guess, some body contact.
Jeremy's like, really?
I'll take it.
Jeremy Lin off to a good start tonight. Jeremy with 10 points. 13 points for Garcia. For the Clippers, 11 points for Chris Paul, 10 points for Griffin. Ball is loose. Coming out of there is Chris Paul. You better get back on defense. Sets up Willie Green. Oh, what a play by Jeremy Lin. That looked like a free safety.
Willie Green thinks he's got fire. Watch this. Oh, he's all on the arm. No wonder he's upset. Clippers are going to lose it.
Chris Paul now. Omer Asik helping Jeremy Lin out. They try to get a trap, and Lin called for the foul. And you're in the penalty, so didn't want to do that because Chris Paul's a good free throw shooter. 88%. Chris Paul's number 8 in the NBA in free throw shooting at 88%. Kevin Durant leads the NBA at almost 91%. And Crawford is number 10 in the NBA at 86%. Now, they're not a good free throw shooting team from top to bottom, but those two are.
Yeah, the top guys are.
And they have the ball at the end of those games. Asik will go to the bench.
DeAndre shooting 39%.
Yeah.
Of course, Blake only 66.
Yeah, but Blake has really improved. Over the last few weeks, he's up around 70% now from the line. So now Barnes will come in. They'll go small. Hollins will come out.
You got Blake playing the center and Matt Barnes at the power forward.
3-point Houston lead. They can go for the final shot. Difference of about 1 second. Shot clock, game clock. And a hack. Greg.
Interesting move there.
Well, they've looked up and down the lineup, and they've ascertained that Smith is a 60% free throw shooter.
But he's got a good release. He's not the kind of guy you would do that ordinarily to. He's not like god-awful.
Yes, sir. Only got one. Well, they're gambling on the final possession. They didn't want the Rockets to take it all the way down. They wanted to get a shot. Gambling, maybe he'd make one at the most, and he made them both.
That's the way to step up and knock him down.
Yeah, he's got a nice shot. He's not like he's god-awful. He can actually make them.
Chris Paul will handle the ball, probably shoot it too. They're going to pass it off. Barnes takes it inside, back outside to Caron Butler. Got it off in time, but it's an air ball. So the Rockets outscore the Clippers 27-21 in the second quarter. And Francisco Garcia had 13 of Houston's 27 points. The Rockets lead here at halftime by 5. 55-50 over the Los Angeles Clippers. Let's go to Bart.
All right, Bill, thanks for here with JB Bickerstaff. You're getting some great effort, a lot of energy out there. Clearly, you've got them a little bit frustrated because they're doing a lot of complaining.
Yeah, and our guys have done a really good job. One, we were active. Two, we came out with a lot of energy early. We've struggled. Last time we played these guys, we gave up 46 points in the first quarter. So that first quarter stretch was really big for us.
Francisco Garcia giving you some nice effort off the bench. And in James' absence, you're a little short-handed out there.
Yeah, I mean, he's a vet. You know what I mean? Like, it pays to have guys like that on your team. He's got experience. This is nothing new to him. He's seen these guys a million times, so he's comfortable in his skin. He comes in, knock down shots.
All right. Thanks, JB. Appreciate it. 55-50. Rockets lead the Clippers at the half. Stay tuned now for Rockets Halftime Live, presented by your Houston area Lexus dealers with Bill Dolman and Calvin Martin.